Welcome to the Gym Owners Business Podcast with Mel Tempest. The Gym Owners Business Podcast is proudly supported and sponsored by Thomas Plummer, MyZone, Creative Fitness Marketing, and All Smiles Creative. The Gym Owners Business Podcast is part of the Gym Owners Business Network, which is the industry's go-to online hub designed to better service the needs of fitness business owners. The Gym Owners Business Network is currently finalising foundation memberships, so if you're a fitness business that would like to gain valuable and extensive exposure to the Australian and global fitness industries, then head to gymownersbusinessnetwork.net to find out more.
Well, good afternoon. It's Mel Tempest from the Gym Owners Business Podcast, and today I'm speaking to Mark Moon. Mark has over 20 years industry experience teaching a variety of workout styles from freestyle to pre-choreographed. From 2005 to 2010, Mark was the National Training Manager, Master Trainer, and worked on the program design team for Radical Fitness. During this time, Mark was mentored by some of the best in the group fitness business. Since 2010, he has put his experience to use, developing his own brand of fitness programs and media profile. Mark has contributed to numerous magazines as a health and fitness expert, and his workouts are taught in group fitness studios and views on several online platforms, including Jillian Michaels FITFUSION. Good afternoon, Mark.
Hi, Mel. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for joining us this afternoon on the Gym Owners Podcast.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So I would love to get our podcast started. Please tell me about your product and your Strength Full Body Workout Group Fitness Program.
Yeah, cool. So my Strength Full Body Workout is a group fitness barbell program. I started developing this program back in 2010 at City Gym, where I still teach it. And the main reason I decided to develop the program is because I wanted something that would pretty much give me the results that I wanted to get out of a workout and that my clients wanted to get. And using different techniques and combinations of exercises that I would pretty much use when I was training on the gym floor that you didn't usually get to do in the group fitness studio with the barbell programs that were on offer. So what I decided to do was put all of that together into a program where I could do a little bit more than just going body part track by track. So over about a 5-year period, I just trialed and experimented with different formulas, different ideas, got feedback from the members and other instructors that I had teaching, and eventually come up with a formula that I've now got, which is my Strength Full Body Workout, which I've now registered and got CEC accreditation through Fitness Australia for the 2-day workshop, which is 10 CEC points. So the biggest point of difference with the program itself is that what I've done is I've broken the workout into 5 different core components and bringing in different modalities that I haven't seen in other group barbell programs. So one of the biggest things that I felt was missing was mobility training. So I always start every workout with a set of mobility drills to work on shoulder mobility, posture alignment. That's before we actually start the workout. And then I break the workout into 3 separate training zones, an endurance training zone, a strength training zone, and then a speed training zone. And rather than having body parts track by track, I found that by doing those different training zones or different workout zones, you could actually train all the different body parts through different modalities from workout to workout, rather than just training the same body part with a heavy weight or the same exercises every time you go through. And I found that the response that myself and the members got, both physically and enjoyment-wise, by doing that formula was quite well received. And so that's what I come up with as the final product.
So, Mark, tell me, how important is mobility training as we get older?
It's extremely important, Mel. It's one of the things that we lose the quickest, and no matter how old you are, but especially as we age, keeping our mobility is one of the most important things, because once you've lost that, that's where everything starts to slow down. So keeping mobility as long as possible is actually what's going to keep you as mobile for as long as possible.
And so would I be wrong in saying that strength is a program that can be marketed to, say, the over 50s?
Yes, it can be. One of the great things about it is the way that the workout is structured is that it's not necessarily always set to the music. So you'll find that within those 3 different training zones, you have the ability to work on or off the music, and the ability to change the intensity levels or the modality of each exercise to cater it to different male and female, or moderate exercises or older exercises as well, just by simply changing the repetition range. So you'll be able to have, in the classes that I always teach, I've got quite a wide variety of members, some members being in their 20s, some members being in their 70s, and all doing the same workout, but just modifying the exercise to suit the level of intensity that they want to work at.
And so the strength program obviously is something that if a new trainer who's just come out of the RTO who hasn't done exercise to music, because they don't offer that anymore in the RTOs. So if this is a program that this type of trainer could come along to your 2-day workshop, learn and go back to their club and present?
Yes, that's right. So what I do with the program when it's updated for the instructors to use is it is set as a pre-choreographed program, so a pre-designed program where I choose a music playlist, I structure the mobility, then the 3 different workout phases. But then what they also learn is the ability to make modifications to those exercises to suit the audience that they're teaching to. And what I mean by modifying the exercise could be simply modifying the speed that you move at, whether it's a slow rhythm or maybe an isometric hold, or a faster rhythm, a bottom half, a top half, little things like that. So there's not a lot of pressure on the new person to have to learn and create a whole program, but it's giving them the ability to learn the program, but then make the adaptations and modifications to suit the membership base and the clientele base that you're actually delivering the product to.
So really, I could send, say, 3 of my trainers off to your workshop and they come back trained in strength. And then as a club owner, I can go out and market your program to 3 different demographics. So I could go out and market it, let's say, to the 21 to 36-year-old group. I could go and market it to the 50s and over. And then I could market it maybe to people who are just joining the gym, who are looking for some type of weight loss challenge and they haven't been a member at the gym for a few years. So really what you're saying is your one program can be used to meet all demographics across the community, and it can be modified differently on the time slots on the timetable.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mel. So you could do that a couple of different ways. You could have the program set to suit that demographic as is, or then just educating members to understand that within that one workout, they can just work at their own level. So, for example, because I work in time frames, for example, a 45-second time frame or a 30-second time frame, rather than working to the music as such, that then gives people the ability to work at their own pace. So I can say, we're doing squats for 45 seconds at a slow movement, but a guy who wanted to increase their strength and focus on a bit more lean muscle could get, say, 12 reps in that 45-second time frame at a heavy weight, whereas his girlfriend could be training in the same workout and she could have a lighter weight and do 20 reps in that 45-second time frame. So it really is about going, right, what results do I want to get when we're all going to get them in the same workout?
That sounds absolutely fantastic. So there are a lot of club owners that are listening to the podcast. And so what are the benefits to a club owner to take on the strength program?
Yeah, look, there's a few benefits. Obviously, one of the most important benefits is that the program is actually license free. So for a club owner who wanted to add more variety onto their timetable without increasing their overhead and their expenses, then this is a great way to do so. Once your instructors are initially trained in the program, then the only ongoing cost from there is just updating the program on a quarterly basis. So every 3 months, I will develop and put out a new program for instructors to learn and deliver to their members. The other benefit for the club owners too is it offers them more variety on the timetable for people who may have been doing group fitness for a long time, have plateaued a little bit, maybe not getting the same results they did to start with. but aren't quite confident enough to head out on the gym floor and do their own thing. So what this program also does is it bridges that gap between what they've already been doing in the group fitness studio plus then going out onto the gym floor. So it teaches those movement patterns that you would use on the gym floor, but still remaining in the studio with the great community atmosphere and that what I call the big room buzz that people love about group fitness. So you still hold on to that, keeping them in the studio, but giving them much more diversity on the exercises and the combinations and the training modalities that they can use.
So the next question a club owner would ask Mark is, okay, Mark, I love the sound of the program, but tell me, what equipment do I need? Or do I already have this equipment in my group fitness room?
Yeah, Mel, most studios these days would have all the equipment that you need, which is an adjustable step bench, which is not compulsory. You can actually teach the class with no step bench at all. But you would need to have your group fitness barbells, plates, and that's pretty much it actually, and a yoga mat so you can do some of the floor work. But the main thing you need is your barbells and your plates.
Okay, so from a club owner's looking at this program, what Mark is saying, that the majority of clubs already have the equipment in their room, being steps, but you don't need to have a step, and of course barbell and the plates that go onto the barbells, and the majority of clubs in Australia already have those. Now,
that's right.
Mark, obviously the benefits to the members are results, and this is definitely a results-driven program. There's no doubt about that. So let's have a look at the benefits to the instructors. What is a benefit to them to go along to your training over 2 days besides gaining their 10 KEC points? What are some of the benefits?
One of the biggest benefits to instructors is the time it takes to actually learn the programming. Because, look, we all know if you've been teaching for a long time or you've been teaching a lot of programs, there's a lot to learn. If you're learning choreography that's set to the music and the music is not completely bridge-free, it can take weeks or more to actually perfect and learn those routines. And if you're doing a few programs, it's even harder. So the biggest benefit is actually the fact that all of the music used is completely bridge-free, so you haven't got to worry about that. And the exercises themselves are very easy to learn too, because they're simple exercises that are repeated throughout each phase of the exercise. So, for example, in the endurance zone, you've usually got between 4 or 5 exercises or combinations, and you would do those 3 times through. So your first set will be done at a light to medium weight. That'll be the warm-up round. And then you'd repeat the same set of exercises for the second set and the third set, encouraging the members to increase the intensity or the resistance they're using through each round. So rather than having to learn the tracks and the music as such, you're just learning the exercises or the combinations used within that workout. So most programs would have 10 things to use for a whole 45-minute workout, which is not much at all. The other benefit you've got too is when I do the program, I put together a playlist that the instructors have the option to download that and use that as is. Well, you also have the ability to be able to swap some of those tracks out for other tracks or completely put together your own playlist to suit the demographic that you teach to. So like you were saying before about the demographic that can be used, that this program can be used for, if you're teaching a strength class to your over 60s audience, you could put together a playlist that actually suits them, that they would want to listen to. So that's a big benefit to the instructors to be able to really cater to the members, and that's also a benefit for the members as well to have more enjoyment with what they're using.
Now, Mark, I noticed that you sourced your music through Power Music and also through ClickMix, and that's right. And it's PPCA free?
Yes, that's right. So all the music that I choose is PPCA free and bridge free. So what I do is I put together a playlist through ClickMix. I set all of the music speeds that suit the exercises that I'm using, and then when you get the updated program within the PDF that's got all the exercises, there's a link through to the ClickMix site that gives you that exact download. You then have the option to download as is or swap out a couple of the tracks that music style might not be your taste. As long as it still has the same music speeds, the program will work every single time.
Sounds fantastic. Now, Mark, we're coming to the end of our coffee podcast, but I just wanted to discuss the training platform. Now, at present, you run a 2-day face-to-face course, obviously with 10 KEC points through Fitness Australia and level B recognition with FitRec. Now, can you just tell me a little bit about what you're currently creating an online foundation course to create a broader reach? Can you explain that a little bit to me?
Yeah, so what I'd like to do is, as well as offering the 2-day face-to-face course, I know that it can be quite a challenge to get a group of people together, especially in your regional areas, to be able to all come together into the city, or even to be able to get enough people together in those areas to be able to travel out there and run a face-to-face certification. So what I'm working on at the moment is putting together a 3-tiered training platform, which will all be most of it done online. So creating a Facebook group, which will be for strength instructors only, to be, rather than having to learn everything within a 2-day certification and running off on your own, is in the first tier, which will be the Strength Foundations, which is online, pretty much teaches you what you need to know to learn the pre-choreographed program, go out and start teaching. And then being drip-fed more information on a regular basis through the Facebook group. And then our level 2 certification, which is also online, will focus more on instruction and coaching, moving more into not necessarily changing the exercises, but understanding how to change the intensity levels, progressions, regressions, modifications to the speeds that you use. And then the third level, which is not developed yet, that's in the process at the moment, would be an intensive advanced instructor face-to-face, which will be programming and presenting, which is where you would then learn more around actually changing the exercises, bringing in new exercises, and creating your own program to really suit the demographic that you're teaching to, and fine-tuning your skills as a presenter.
Sounds fantastic, Mark. Now, our coffee podcast today has definitely had a lot of information in it, and all of that information has been directed to club owners, which Mark has said that this program is a license-free program, and for independent club owners, I know that dollars and cents is very important. So I see that as definitely being a USP for independent club owners. Obviously, the benefits to members, with Mark's experience being over 20 years in the industry, there's no doubt that his program would give definite results right across the community of members that you have in your club. And the benefits to the instructors, of course, are that there's that flexibility to teach different demographics. And if you have that flexibility, the positive side for instructors is that they'll get more work, because they're able to teach this program to different demographics. Now, Mark, we've come to the end of our podcast, and I know that you've got a very busy schedule. So thank you very much for your time today. Could you please tell our listeners where they can get a hold of Mark Moon, please?
Yeah, thank you, Mel. So you can go to my website, which is markmoonfitness.com. For information on the Strength Full Body Workout Program, click on the Group Fitness tab. For information on upcoming courses, click on the tab for upcoming courses. Also, I have a Facebook page, which is Mark Moon Fit Coach, and an Instagram page, which is Mark Moon Fit Coach as well.
All right, as I said, Mark Moon has created a strength program. It's a full body workout group fitness program. I personally think it's quite marketable to your members. It's a great asset to independent club owners, and definitely has a future for instructors in the health club. Thank you again for your time today, Mark.
Thanks, Mel.